Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Chamundeshwari Competitive Classes. In this video, we are discussing the basics of financial awareness. These basics will be useful to understand banking awareness, current affairs, economy, etc. Not only in the competitive examination subjects, these basics will also be useful in understanding your academics as well. Okay, let us see what are those basics. First one is asset. Asset is a term where we can see commonly in the newspapers. So what is the meaning of it is the things we own. Things we own is called asset. So what ownership will create is right to person, that owned person to receive income on that particular owned property. To receive income. For example, Ramesh purchased a house property from Mahesh worth 20 lakhs. That house property consisted of 4 flats where 4 flats are occupied with a rent of 10,000 rupees. Now, who owned this property? Ramesh owned this property. So, now Ramesh will receive a right to receive this rent on the property. Means this 40,000 can be taken by Ramesh. Why? Because it is the income of his owned property. Ownership will create what? Right. I hope you understood. Let us discuss the second thing. What is the meaning of liability? If you understood what is the meaning of asset, here we discussed the things we own, right? Here liability is quite opposite to asset. What is that? Things we owe. Things we owe is called liability. Means someone is the owner of this and they give to us. Means it will create an obligation to the person who received it to pay it back. Obligation to repay. For example, in the last example, Ramesh purchased a house property from Mahesh, right? To purchase that house property, Ramesh took a loan worth 18 lakhs from SBI. Okay, this loan is a liability to Ramesh. This loan is a liability to Ramesh. Now, this loan will create a obligation to Ramesh that pay monthly interest to SBI. Pay monthly interest to SBI as well as repay this loan back to SBI. This is what obligation. Yes. So, liability means what? Things we owe. What this owe give to us? Obligation to repay it back. Clear? Next term is economy. So the term economy we will see in many places such as newspapers, books, etc. So but we also know another term. What was that? Economics, right? So whether economics and economy both are same or not? Answer is no. Why? Because economics is a part of economy, whereas economy consisted with two components. One is economics, another one is government. One is economics, another one is government. Here, what is the meaning of economics and what it deals with is economics deals with the production aspect in the India. Okay, so what it deals with? Production aspect. So it is again segregated into two components. What was that? Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Okay, so this microeconomics deals with the individual behavior, which we can also say by the term household. Microeconomics deals with individual behavior, or we can say as household. Whereas macroeconomics deals with the larger aspect. So let us come to discuss micro first. Here, individual behavior itself means nothing but we are seeing the expenditure capacity of a person, how much income they are earning, whether that income is sufficient to make their necessities, to make their expenditures or not, all that will be observed in microeconomics. Whereas macroeconomics deals with the larger aspect. What was that? It comes under three proportions. One is primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Primary sector deals with what? Primary sector deals with raw material, we can say, or also we can say by the term agricultural and allied activities. Agricultural and allied activities of agriculture. Secondary sector deals with industries, where it will use for industries are used to convert raw material into finished goods or semi-finished goods. Now, tertiary sector deals with trading activity here, where this trading include foreign trade as well and the trade in the India also. So this again here tertiary sector, they will say like the name services normally. Service sector, they will use the term. Here service doesn't mean charitable thing. Here service means nothing but trading, exchanging of the product with the money. Okay, so this is what economics in a smaller understanding. Okay, so what is government? As per our Indian Constitution, government is segregated into three proportions. What was that? Legislature, executory, judiciary. Legislature, executory, judiciary. What legislature will do? Legislature will make laws. So legislature is what purpose? To making of laws. And executory is what purpose? Whatever the laws made by the legislature will be implemented by the executory, means to implement that law. And judiciary is for what purpose? Whatever the implementation is done, whether the implementation is doing properly or not, means they are protecting the law they made. Judiciary is to protect law. So here we are using the term law in many cases, right? So what is the meaning of law also? Let us understand. So what is the meaning of law? How law will be made? Again, how law will be made means, again we comes with a one thing. Indian Constitution is segregated into three parts. What was that? Indian Constitution is segregated into preamble, schedules, articles. Indian Constitution is segregated into preamble, schedules and articles. This preamble, schedules, articles is a part of Constitution. From this Constitution, to make law, what we will do is, we will adopt rules and regulations. We will adopt rules and regulations. These rules and regulations will be placed in both the houses of parliament, which is upper house, or we can also say as Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. We placed in the two houses called Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, or upper house and lower house. Once these rules and regulations get accepted, get the assent of both sabhas, both houses, then it will become a bill. So we will see in newspaper this term more times. Bill passed in the parliament, bill was passed in the houses, right? So bill will be passed when the rules get accepted in the both houses. If this bill get the acceptance of president, if this bill get the assent or acceptance of president, this will become law. This will become law and it will be implemented into Indian economy. So every law will be consisted with 5 parts. Every law will be consisted with 5 parts. What are they? The parts of law are nothing but, first component is rules and regulations. rules and regulations. Second one is law or act, rules and regulations, law or act. Third part is circulars and notifications. Fourth part is amendments, means any modifications to the law, any additions or deletions, amendments. And last part is case laws, means because of what case the law made amended, case law. So all these are what? Rules and regulations, law or act, circulars and notifications, amendments, case laws. All these are parts of law. Okay, this is what law means. Next. And we commonly use a term called rupee. Yes? Then your answer is rupee means money. We know that. Rupee according to law. Rupee according to our Indian Constitution. What is the meaning of it is? It is a legal tender character of India. Rupee is a legal tender character of India. Who designed rupee? Who designed rupee? The symbol of rupee was designed by Uday Kumar. The symbol of rupee was designed by Uday Kumar. Next, the casual term we used in many cases is India. Right? So, while using the term India for any law purpose or for any export-import purpose, what is the meaning of India? Up to how many limits India will be, the term India will be used. See, above India there is a land borders, that may be LOC, that may be any other things, right? The borders of Pakistan, the borders of China, Bangladesh, all these are there. But below India, sea is there. Yes? So how the limits of sea will be specified for telling it as a India is? For example, if it is the sea structure, then the water levels are subsegregated into three types. One is up to 12 nautical miles. Another one is up to 24 nautical miles. And last one is up to 200 nautical miles. Up to which nautical miles we will consider as India means up to 24 nautical miles, we will say that it is the part and parcel of India. That may be sea, that may be air, means that may be clouds and all, that may be seabed. Everything is India. Okay, so up to 12 nautical miles is used for the purpose of foreign trade, which will be specified by the name of territorial waters. Which will be specified by the name of territorial waters. Up to 24 nautical miles is named as customs waters. Customs waters. And up to 200 nautical miles is named as exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone. We will see this term EEZ in newspapers. This is used for the purpose of extraction of anything from the seabed. This exclusive economic zone is used for the purpose of extraction of anything from the seabed. Above that 200 nautical miles is called as high seas or international waters, we can say. Okay, high seas. Here, what is nautical mile is nothing but, in roadways we will calculate the term by kilometers, right? In water levels we will calculate it by the term called nautical mile. What is the meaning of nautical mile is 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers. So you can ask me what is nautical mile, ma'am. In your quantitative aptitude or in your maths you will get the distance and displacement. Yes? There are two rules. One is distance, one is displacement. The shortest distance is called what? Displacement. But in waters, we will have only the longest distance, not the shortest distance, right? So here, that is the reason why we will calculate the water distance in the nautical miles. Hope you understand the topic. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubts, drop me a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get notifications. Thanks for watching.